Welcome to Falls Count Anywhere podcast number 3. I am Anavrin.
I am Varek.
How are you doing tonight?
I think tonight has gone exceedingly well considering today sucked a dick. It's been rough, man. Even the waitresses we were at, they said, they weren't having a very good day either. Hard, sexual, because hard, sexual, I can get behind. Let's move on.
So
we just got done watching ROH War of Worlds, right? It was good. As much as I'd like to talk about that, let's go through some local news real quick. N.E.W. in the Southwest region actually got closed down, the week of, I don't know, it's like May the 12th or something like that. I actually work with someone whose son is in N.E.W., and she clarified that apparently they exceeded their seating capacity, right? And this was last week, so you said Cinco de Mayo was when this happened. They went over capacity, and this week, they weren't allowed to have a show. They had to find a bigger venue. Because that's kind of what we had planned, right? To go see more live local wrestling. It's good for them. Good for N.E.W. We want to give you guys some variety up in this piece. We don't want to just talk about WWE, NXT. I do actually kind of want to talk about NXT, which is kind of where I was trying to steer this conversation from there. So NXT, real quick, for anyone who hasn't been watching it, it not only was good when you had, I could just go through the list of the SmackDown roster right now, but when it had all those cats in there, great. Right now, it's getting back up to form, which I think is important because they kind of decimated the roster when they did that brand split thing, the Superstar Shakeup. I think that, real quick, just anything that needs to be taken away is, they are bringing it back up. The women's division is climbing back up slowly and surely. They had a battle royale last week for the number one contendership. That worked out real well, except, the last three got jumped by Asuka. She just ripped through all three of them. And at that point, William Regal just called it, hey, now you're in a fatal four-way at TakeOver Chicago. Chicago is already going to cause problems for, because it's Chicago.
And now it turned into a triple threat.
Yeah, Ember Moon is hurt, something with her shoulder, right?
Her shoulder. And the same weekend, Emma.
Yeah, I saw the Emma one. You mentioned the Ember Moon one to me. I was actually kind of caught off guard by that. But women's division looking better. They had way more women on that roster than I thought they did. When that Battle Royale came around, I was like, what is going on? Where did they find 30 women to put in this ring?
They are going to have a women's tournament coming up this summer, so that should be interesting, where you're saying they have found 30 women.
Right. A la the Cruiserweight Classic or the United Kingdom Championship, which if you guys haven't checked that out, definitely watch the Cruiserweight Classic. It doesn't matter that it's a year and a half old now or whatever. Same thing for the United Kingdom Championship. That is a great tournament.
We should actually cover the UK tournament. A side podcast just about UK tournament.
I'm totally down. However we want to do it. We want to do maybe not even a live podcast because I probably want to get drunk watching those. But yeah, we can definitely do that. Either reaction type videos or we'll talk about it in depth on a podcast. Regardless.
Reaction videos. I'm glad that you brought that up.
Oh, yeah.
We do have some reaction videos on our YouTube channel, Anavrin316. Go ahead and check it out.
Yeah, I was part of that. Right?
You and Toast.
Oh, Toast. I don't care that we call him Toast, except that that's not his name. That's abbreviating it, which I'm gonna allow, but it still irks me. That's all I'm saying. But yes, Toast. He was not enthused to watch the Final Deletion at all. And much less, what was the second one we saw? The Delete or Decay?
Delete or Decay.
Man. Let's start with the first one. The Final Deletion, if you've watched the video now, if you haven't, spoilers. I actually found it pretty entertaining. I was surprised by how much I liked it. And I'm not going to give it 2 thumbs up, but maybe a thumb and a half in the... Well, let's just go rectum. It's a thumb and a half, I guess. It's decent. I understand why people really like it, whereas I found it tolerable. If you watch the reaction video, I couldn't pry my eyes off a Reby, which I kind of felt bad about. I don't consider myself sexist, but...
But you have a penis.
I do, and what a penis. It's fantastic.
Tuna can.
I got the chode going. that's public record.
Now it is.
Now it is. Yeah. So no, it was surprisingly delightful. I wasn't too familiar with the broken gimmick before that. If you guys have listened before, you know that. But no, for the most part, found it entertaining. The drone shots. You could tell they were drone shots, not crane shots. Vanguard one, I still can't tell what's going on there. I'm like, is this like a chappy son of a bitch? I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. But Reby, I felt really sexist, just like ogling her every chance I got. I felt really guilty about it afterwards, especially because she's someone's mother, you know?
King Maxwell.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's never really stopped me before, but yes, yeah. It was because she's royalty that I had a problem with it.
That's probably why. So, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
How would you feel with them bringing this product? Obviously, it would be a WWE umbrella under it. So, what would you perceive it as? Would you perceive it as the same kind that Impact Wrestling had, or more touched up?
I'd like to think that they could definitely polish that turd, because make no mistake, it is pretty bad. But is it entertaining? I think so. And I like tons of bad stuff. People will say, like, why do you like the movie Blade? Because I mean, I like it. I can't really justify it. For the most part, though, could they polish it? I think they could, but we just saw the House of Horrors match at Payback. Not good. I understand what they were going for. They did have some production value in there, but I didn't find that one entertaining at all. Like, me and my homie here we just throw each other around the house and video record it and say, yeah, this is a House of Horrors match. There wasn't anything there that gripped me, like in the final deletion, like the crazy fireworks, the weird boat that shows up in both that and the Deleter Decay. They got an old boat over. How is that possible? That thing showed up multiple times. That boat means something. I don't know what.
So you're telling me a boat will get over more than Al Snow?
You know, you're taking a necessary shot at Al Snow. I happen to like Al Snow.
Mick Foley, cheap pop.
That it was. But now, jeez, I feel bad about that one now. Oh man. So yeah, I mean, polish. I don't think is the problem. Like, everything looked clean and crisp in the House of Horrors match. But like, why isn't it as good as, the final deletion or Delete or Decay? Is it what is it? Is it the editing? Is it the drama? Like, why? Why do people care about?
I think that the story with the final deletion was between two brothers. So whereas with Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt, that wasn't even on the line.
That was really disappointing.
It was just like,
yeah,
they just had unfinished business. Let's fight in the house.
So real quick side note, Superstar Shakeup, pro, con, how do you feel? Is it good or bad?
The Wyatt family, it's just Wyatt now. I feel that is a disadvantage, and I don't agree with it. They should have just gone with AJ Styles going over to Raw.
Oh, I don't want to talk. No, that's too much, sir. You've gone too far.
No, I don't. I believe that would have opened up so many keys with Finn Balor, with the club.
Yeah, mid-carders. Yeah, let's get them down there.
Mid-card.
Yeah, let's bring them down, dog. Let's, like Gallows and Anderson, let's drop them down there.
So how about this? About 2 weeks ago, we had Finn Balor. He was going against the club in a tag team match.
I wouldn't even know.
Instead of that, why doesn't he backstab who he's with, join the club, and then have a Bullet Club versus the Shield?
I don't care.
Why don't you care? Is it because they made you not care?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean,
if they don't draw the story right.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, 100%. What you're saying is we do not care because Raw, they're just dropping the ball on all fronts. Gallows and Anderson, I'm a big fan of the club, but now I'm caring less and less. I don't even bother watching Raw anymore because I care so little about Gallows and Anderson's tag team run. Finn Balor came back. Don't care enough really to come back and start watching Raw, even though I know that that's going to make it more entertaining. And like, if you were to drop AJ Styles over there also, I'm like, yeah, you have like a really strong stable that competes against who? They moved the New Day to SmackDown. What are they going to compete against? They're just going to run roughshod over everyone, which I would be fine with, except, again, we know the writers won't do it or can't do it.
So going back to square one,
yeah,
the Hardys.
Yes.
Have they grown stale because they're not broken yet?
No, I don't think so. I think there is that nostalgia, man. I mean, I think there were a ton of people at WrestleMania who didn't know what they didn't know what the hell was going on when people were yelling delete. They're like, what is that? Should I be doing that? I don't know what that means. Why are they doing a Nazi
Let's
salute?
do it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, do they know what's going on? Maybe, but they don't need to. And at this point, they're just like, yeah, I just want to see that. I just want to see the Hardy Boys again, because who doesn't want to see Jeff Hardy drop off a 20-foot ladder on the two assholes? I don't even remember who. I know Cesaro was one of them. Was Sheamus the other one? Who knows? Doesn't matter. He just dropped off a ladder onto some other fools, and hey, I want to see that. So it's like, dude, are they stale? No, I don't think so. But does Vince think they're stale? Probably. Vince is probably looking for any chance he can to push Jeff by himself. That's disheartening, but whatever. We went off on a massive tangent on this one. There's those things that you want to see, things that you think we should see. Is the Bullet Club one of them? I don't know if the Bullet Club is something I necessarily need to see. I think the only reason I'm so pessimistic about it is because I'm pretty sure they'll F it up. Hold on, there's some douchebag motorcycling. I hope you guys didn't hear that.
So yes, what you were saying, the Bullet Club, I don't think the WWE could do it right. New Japan, Ring of Honor, we just saw tonight. You have never seen a Ring of Honor pay-per-view.
It's really tough for me to collect my thoughts on that one. But what did I see in ROH? I saw a bunch of people that maybe the WWE Universe has never ever heard of, totally getting over. I didn't know who Adam Cole was until 2 days ago, and now I can't stop yelling Adam Cole, baby. I want to do it. Everyone knows what a super kick party is now. All of a sudden, if you don't know who you might not know who the Young Bucks are, but you know of the Young Bucks at this point, I guess. This whole cross promotion thing really puts a warm feeling in my chest, right in my bosom.
Right. With the New Japan.
Oh man, okay, look, some of that New Japan stuff. Some of these guys are cool. Some of these guys are really, really great athletes. And if you don't know who any of them are, Shinsuke Nakamura was there for a while. AJ Styles was there for a while, right?
New Japan Pro Wrestling is a place that I was telling Varek that you're able to showcase more of your wrestling ability than on the mic skills. You might have the on the mic skills, and I say this all the time. Take Kenny Omega, funny guy. I don't know. Who is he? I think what is he? A janitor? Does he clean? I think a cleaner. Right?
Might as well be. That was awesome. I don't hear bones on that one. That was good shit. Go on.
So, Kenny Omega, he can talk shit. He can say all this. He can run a promo, but he can back it up with his wrestling as well. So a lot of these New Japan Pro Wrestling, I advise you just take a look at it. I bet half of you didn't even know that Shinsuke Nakamura fought Brock Lesnar. Where? In Japan.
I'm flabbergasted at this. I'm sorry.
Say Google it.
I said, yeah, fucking Google that shit. It's gonna be my catchphrase. I'm gonna have to put that on a fucking t-shirt. Google it.
Ring of Honor, War of the Worlds. We it is my tradition to actually catch it very late. I got up at work.
That's pretty funny,
Varek got up at work, and
I mean, look, it's one of those things where it's bad enough that we got off of work and had to rush over to try and watch it. And not only were you aware that you were gonna miss a match at least, you literally got to my house and then left to go buy some brew before I even got home. Very distressing on my part, to be honest. But we knew that there was going to be at least a match that got missed. We've probably only seen really 3 matches at this point. It started skipping, not just because of my internet connection at one point, but because of their servers. That was pretty aggravating.
Tonight, Adam Cole lost his match, and to who?
Someone Tanahashi. Tanahashi is all I need to remember because that guy is legit.
Bullet Club comes out. As I say Bullet Club, I mean the Young Bucks.
Yeah. You were telling me that Adam Cole is a free agent, correct?
Adam Cole is a free agent.
Right, and so that means that he can sign with whoever, or whoever he doesn't want to sign with. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to do shit. But what was the deal? Is they came out and they were teasing, giving him a super kick party because they were behind him, right?
Correct.
They were like, "Ooh!" And then he turns around and hugs because it's, I guess, his last match in ROH. So hugs all around, very, very nice. Cue a video, I guess, right? Lights dim.
Lights dim.
Lights
and
dim.
who comes out?
It was with that janitor guy, right?
The janitor, the cleaner.
The cleaner. So
Kenny Omega.
Kenny Omega is there on screen. I don't really remember exactly what he says, but he kind of joked, right? He alluded to that video or I guess video because we just saw it, but he alludes to Adam Cole firing the Young Bucks, right? Because he can't do that. No, it's not his power to do so.
He's not the leader.
No. But who is the leader at that point, I guess, is the question.
Mr. Omega.
Oh, it seems like Kenny Omega's the leader. So right there, immediately, you kind of get the feeling that something bad's about to happen. You don't really understand how bad, though, until it starts panning out a little bit, right? Because he's still talking about he's going to give him, like, a proper send-off and whatnot. And he's not just going to leave, he's fired. And at that point, you see a Plague Doctor mask, who is the villain, correct?
The villain.
I like saying it like that, villain. Marty Skrull. Skrull. Marty Skrull. I like saying Skrull. I like the Marvel Universe way too much. Marty Skrull. So Marty Skrull is sitting there staring at him, and everyone starts cheering because they realize exactly what's about to happen, right?
Lights dim again?
Oh, lights dim. They dim the fuck out. I saw people turning on their cell phone lights trying to see what was going on in the ring. But it doesn't matter, it's too late because the lights come back up, and who else is standing in the ring?
The villain.
The top-headed villain. And, you're like, Adam Cole, he doesn't understand what's going on either. He's like, what are you doing, Marty? What are you doing in the ring? And, the other guys, the Young Bucks are just like, oh my goodness. But Marty, he takes off his little top-headed mask, and... So he busts out his parasol. But once he opens it, what has it got on it? It's got the Bullet Club logo. Ooh, opens his little trench coat, which is kind of gay, I'm not going to lie. But he's got the Bullet Club t-shirt on.
The crowd is going wild.
Of course they're going to. Even me, I know very little about these cats, but even I started getting goosebumps and, like, freaking out. Well, Adam Cole is at a loss also. What happens? Super kick party.
Super kick party.
Right in his silly face. Which makes me sad, because it's Adam Cole, baby!
Is he going to New Japan now to settle things with the cleaner?
That's a really good question, because... I mean, that sounds the most logical place to go. I mean, he's definitely not going to think of signing anywhere off the rails like NXT or TNA with Anthem or whatever, right? Like, that just wouldn't make any sense. Like, one, for the character, two, for the story. And, like, New Japan, that makes perfect sense to me. I like your thesis right there.
Well, that's a perfect segue to being... The Elite, or the YouTube channel. You've been watching a couple of episodes.
Right.
I've been watching a couple of episodes myself.
I mean, I mentioned that I know relatively little about the Young Bucks and Bullet Club in general, but I mean, being the Elite.
The Elite.
Look, being the Elite is an interesting side project, I guess, that the Young Bucks have. They must be bored as shit all the time.
Well, you're going internationally. You're going from city to city. Why not record some stuff for the fans?
Right. My issue isn't that they do it. It's that they complain constantly about being tired. Someone is filming and editing these things. It's one of those guys, is all I'm saying. So, it's like, I don't want to hear about how tired you are when I know you're constantly going out and partying, you know what I mean? I'll slap you in the face and tell you to shut the fuck up right there.
At Denny's.
I'll even do it at Denny's. Like, when your head is laying on the table, I'll slam my fist right down. Give you the business.
That was a good episode, though. They're all eating at Denny's.
I mean, it was a little funny. You and I didn't even watch the same episodes, though, because I do know what you're talking about. But I saw from 45 on.
All right.
Something I wanted to talk about, which was a completely ridiculous side story where Marty... I think he wants to know what's on a DM, like a direct message, that I guess Nick got? I don't remember which one of the Jacksons got it, but one of the brothers got it. And he's like, look, if I show you this DM, you can't tell anyone. You can't tell anyone, not a living soul, that I showed this to you. And he says, okay, what is it? And he flashes it, and apparently it's Kenny Omega's dick. Big old dick pic, right? And Marty is now starstruck. He can't stop thinking about this dick. He won't stop reading his dictionary. It's ridiculous how, any number of stupid puns that they're playing with. But Marty he is a proper villain, but he is in awe of this cock. All right, now it's a completely ridiculous story. It spans like 3 of these freaking episodes, and at some point Kenny Omega finally calls them out. He says, "You showed him, didn't you?" I know we don't know what you're doing. The Young Bucks, they're just like, "We don't know what you're talking about, Kenny. We don't know." He's like, "No, I just wanted to be cool and be friends with everyone, like you're friends with everyone. But no, now I got this guy staring at me with stars in his eyes. I don't know why he's looking at me like that. You showed him, didn't you?" And they're like, "Look, Kenny, you gotta calm down. We don't know what you're talking about, man." And he's like, "Tell me, just be straight with me. Because look, I'm proud. I'll show it off. I mean, like, I've showed it off to my wife." And they're like, "Yeah, that makes sense." And he's like, "And I've showed it off to, like, my parents." And they're like, "That's really weird. We don't know what you're talking about, Kenny." He's like, "Look, I even wanted to show it to your wives." And they're like, whoa, we're gonna have words, sir." And he's like, no, look, I'm so proud, I even wanted to show it to your kids. And they're like, them's fine words. And they start fighting in a hotel room. And, like, poor Kenny's, like, freaking out. He's like, "Why are you guys hitting me? Look, if you guys ever have a 6-star match against, whoever it was, Okada, I guess it was Okada. Like, if you ever have a 6-star match against Okada, wouldn't you want to show up?" They're like, "Oh, yeah, that's what we're talking about, a match with Okada." And so, there's a little bit of misdirection there. And this is one of the things I want to touch on real quick on being the Elite. They constantly laugh at their own shit. Because they don't even cut it. They just start laughing their ass up, and then it fades to black. Fair play. It's obviously them being dweebs, for lack of a better word. You use that word. I think it's very apt.
They're lovable.
I guess. Look, you say that, but I'm like, which one's Nick has the chops, right? Yeah, Matt, he's got some mad herp going on. It's really creeping me out through most of it, I'm telling you. And, like, I'm not one to judge, but I'm going to judge the fuck out of him. That's some dirty shit. Dirty. You're hashtag dirty Matt Jackson.
Hashtag dirty Matt Jackson. Let's get it trending.
No, don't do that.
Super good party.
Exactly. So anyway, it doesn't even just culminate there, because that's exactly what happens. But then, man, did they even reveal what happened? No, I think that is the culmination. Kenny Omega just thinks that they're showing off his match against Okada, and that's why Marty is now starstruck. Not because he's seen his unit, but because he saw this match and he is now full of stars in his eyes, and he's like, "Oh my god, Kenny Omega's so great." Now he's like, Kenny Omega's got a big dick.
And if you haven't seen it,
Google it. Yeah, so you totally missed out on that one, which I thought was gold, and I'm like, and I'm here folding laundry, like, yeah, that's fantastic. The ridiculousness behind it, like you said. There is some real life stuff there, though, where they're touring, they're at meet and greets, they're selling merch, all that stuff. Poor Marty, at one point, he's got, like, fucking powder in his eyes. He's still trying to sell merch after his match before the Young Bucks go on. I'm like, that's some dedication to your craft right there. Because I would have been like, fuck you guys, I'm going to go take a shower. There was that one, and you mentioned another storyline, a little sub-story that goes on there.
Which was the
Denny's thing, the food poisoning.
Yes, Nick got food poisoning.
Yes, it leads to food poisoning.
And they thought it was Adam Cole.
They thought it was Adam Cole. Why did they think it was Adam Cole?
Because Adam Cole, about 2 months ago, fired them from the Bullet Club.
Oh, there we go. So they were like, you have reason to fire us, or to poison us. I gotcha, yeah. So that makes perfect sense at that point, I guess. Because I was watching it like, what the hell?
Yeah, the Young Bucks and Marty, they go out to Denny's and they have themselves a time, and Adam is just waiting for them.
Right? And I put that in quotations. He's waiting for them. He's like still outside the... Well, I guess he's at the apartments or whatever. But you say waiting. Would you really wait for someone for like 3 hours? Because didn't they rack up a Denny's bill of like $500 or something?
Right.
Because he starts yelling that they use like half of their merch money.
Merch money.
Yeah, I'm like, holy shit. That's a lot. That's a lot of fucking Denny's. And to be fair, you'll get salmonella at the best of times at Denny's. Do not go to Denny's. Fuck that place. But Adam starts trying to swing it back at Marty, right? After they fight in a hotel room.
They do have a super kick party at the hotel room.
It's really, really weird. As I'm watching it, I really did like the entrances from the restroom the Young Bucks came out of. Adam Cole came out of a closet.
It wasn't a closet. It was
like a wardrobe thing.
It was a wardrobe,
right?
Yeah.
There we go. Because I was like, it didn't have the TV in it. It was next to the TV. But yeah, fucking Adam Cole comes out of the wardrobe. I'm like, this is weird and entertaining, and I don't know if I like where this is going. Which does culminate, I guess, kind of with them strangling each other shirtless, one hitting the others with like some pillows. At which point Marty comes in, who I'm pretty sure is the cameraman the whole time, but he comes in, gives the look like, what the fuck did I just walk in on? I'm out. That was really, really weird. But I like that they give it their all in this weird hotel room fight. Like we were talking about how hard it is to do certain moves and make them look convincing. Like, I'm not a fan of that weird step up in Zaguri everyone's doing. I fucking hate that move. I just want to kick people in the nuts when I see it. But hey, even they were doing that and they looked halfway decent. I mean, granted, they're falling onto a bed.
Being the Elite, entertaining or not entertaining?
Definitely entertaining, but not entertaining enough for me that I'm gonna sit through and do the volume control thing. Like, maybe if I had a robot that would do the volume up down for me, I'd be fine watching it.
So if they fix it?
Oh yeah, but I mean, like, that goes with anything. Like, even like Kevin Smith has had issues on his YouTube channel, and he got downvoted to shit for one of his videos, which even I downvoted. And I don't downvote YouTube videos that often because I'm like, I don't know, it doesn't. Who's gonna notice? Well, Kevin Smith fucking noticed because he was like, "Oh, someone fucked up my audio," and everyone's not only commenting about it, but this thing is downvoted to shit.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
you can make that happen.
I could. I mean, should I just go and start downvoting all the Young Bucks videos
and tell them hashtag?
Yeah,
fix your audio.
Google it. No, I'm just kidding.
Google it. I'm Google it.
No, they're gonna think that's my name. I don't want to do that. But yeah, no. Maybe if people cared enough, but I don't. I mean, I don't look at the comments all that often. Maybe I should, but I didn't see anything like that saying like, "You guys suck." Like, fix your audio. Because I mean, I saw 5 episodes and it was the same throughout every single one of them. I don't think they're in a rush to fix anything they don't perceive as wrong.
Right.
So just let us know. Like, how are we doing? Do you think that our sound is shit? Because we can fix that right away, I hope. But aside from that, we'll go with, I mean, just content-wise. We talked a little bit about our local stuff. We talked a little bit about NXT, which I do think people should be watching. I'll throw this out there real quick. I think people should also be watching 205 Live. I think those storylines are fairly compelling. At least it seems like it's blowing up. It it could get bigger if people get behind it. And I think the talent there. I mean, there's talent everywhere all over the WWE. We just have to make sure we pick the right talent to follow, I guess, is where I'll go with that one. But definitely check out 205 Live and NXT. I stopped watching Raw, so it makes it really easy for me to keep up with those two things when I'm not spending 3 hours watching Raw. And then, check out ROH. We were just talking about, pay-per-view. Man, it's been so long since I've had to say pay-per-view, I almost forgot what the fuck that was. Right. That's really weird. And look, I'm going to throw this out there. So we had internet issues, and then they had server issues. I'm just going to throw out there real quick that I don't think there should be any fucking server issues for something that costs you, $35 to watch. That's fucking expensive. And people who watch boxing, I want to slap you in the silly face for buying that shit.
Was that $70, $80?
I don't even want... Yeah, probably. I don't even want to think about that. I will literally slap someone. I think I'm going to make more of an effort to watch the local stuff and ROH. Maybe not New Japan yet. I don't think I'm saucy enough for that. I guess if you feel like you're a big fish in a small pond, I think it doesn't hurt to make sure you are the biggest fish in said pond before you try and move on to, wherever else. The sea, the ocean, whatever.
We touched on how Cody left from WWE, and he's on the independent circuit. He's on Ring of Honor, and he's getting pushed because they know he's that good.
And he went from being a small fish in the ocean to a big fish in a small pond. But that doesn't change the fact that he's still a big fish. People are digging him. And I mean, even as far back as when he was doing the Stardust thing, when his dad passed, we thought they were going to change that up and let him really have some, maybe not free reign, but some leeway in what he did and how he did it. That didn't turn out to be the case. He seems to be reveling in it now, though, which is really good. Spoiler for War of the Worlds, which we were just watching, he doesn't win. And we were both definitely surprised. How did you feel about it in general?
I felt that Cody was going to win.
Okay.
And they would start a program with him that he was the part-time wrestler that came in, defeated the champion.
I gotta tell you, man, they probably learned their lesson from watching WWE and saying, look, we're not gonna put a part-time champion in there because look at what the hell is going on there.
I can see that.
I would like to think that's what's going on. I don't know.
But Christopher Daniels is still...
Christopher Rowan?
Christopher Daniels is still your Ring of Honor champion.
The Nazi guy.
Of the world.
Of the world.
Sorry.
I guess I'm glad that it's not Jay Lethal, because I'm tired of hearing about Jay Lethal. Like, I don't have a problem with him, but I'd much prefer hearing about like Cody Rhodes being an awesome guy down there. Christopher Daniels, again, I don't know too much about. Who did he beat? Oh, we saw that. What was that guy's name? Dalton. I found Dalton Castle pretty entertaining. I mean, I don't know if I'd buy a T-shirt for that guy.
So who would you see going? If you could do it your way, if you could do the storylines your way, who would you want to be in your WWE with Ring of Honor?
I'll do one of each. For NXT, I think that Adam Cole would flourish really well in NXT. I think he brings that Bullet Club flavor and feel. And I don't think he feels like a small fish, but I definitely think he'll, like I said, flourish in NXT. I think he can definitely grow there, which is a good thing. Moving to the main roster, just taking them straight up, I would move up. I'm trying to think. Let's go with something kind of weird. We were kind of talking about this actually. Let's do Bully Ray up to the main roster. Let's put him on Raw, and maybe not call him Bully Ray, but give him the Bully Ray gimmick, because I think he's a big enough dude that Vince McMahon might be like, yeah, I've got a chubby, you know what I mean? he's not full-fledged hard on, but he's like, I want to see that guy throw someone around. Yeah.
The villain. Where's he ending up?
Oh, the villain, dude. Like, look, the villain. I really like him, but I don't think that right now he's got a place in WWE, because they've got, I think, so much competition for the top belts. Well, any belt really, because there's only 2 belts per show now. I think you end up with a lot of mid-carders, and I think you just get lost in the shuffle there. That's why I'm really worried about Apollo Crews going to Raw, because even on SmackDown, they didn't really know what to do with him. Well, now that he's on Raw, I think he's really effed, because Titus O'Neil came back out of nowhere, and you're like, they've got something going on? Who knew Titus was still working, you know? I thought he was going to be like a, what do they call him? Social ambassador or whatever? Yeah, you rolled your eyes. I concur. But, I mean, like, I was really worried about that. So, seeing this, I'm like, I really like the villain. I think right now he's right where he needs to be. I think he can kind of go the Kenny Omega route. I think he can be the biggest fish in the small pond and then make the leap.
So you agree with some of these wrestlers, it's not the best thing to go to WWE at this time.
Yeah, I don't even want to call them small ponds. Like, I think we kind of have that, or at least I have that outlook, just because all I really watch is WWE. But what you're saying, you're hitting the nail right on the head. There's no reason we should think that the indies are any less important than WWE. There's really compelling stories there, and even if there's not very compelling stories, there's great wrestling to be seen there. We just saw it on that War of the Worlds right there. We only saw really 3 matches, and then, like, let's pretend we saw 3.5 matches because the rest skipped so bad. But, like, those, like, quarter or half matches we saw, the little bits and highlights we saw, that was really cool stuff. These guys, they don't give any less than the WWE guys, you know what I mean? If not, I think they give more. I don't see anyone flipping around with the Young Bucks. Even 205 Live isn't flipping around with the Young Bucks anymore.
And I think with all of that wrestling, it's just scratching the surface.
Yeah.
There's so much local wrestling all over the United States.
Absolutely.
That it's the next generation of wrestlers that are out there trying to make it.
Yeah, and I think that the way they have their developmental system now is I think they can pick and choose from not just the indies, and I put that in quotations like Ring of Honor, TNA, New Japan. They can literally look at the smaller venues, the smaller promotions. They look at the smaller promotions and just say, hey, this guy's got promise, this guy's got promise. And what do? They just invite them to do like their power plant or whatever. What does it call them?
Performance
The
Center.
Performance Center. They invite them to the Performance Center, and then like if they're good enough, they go to NXT. Boom, they get moved up into NXT TV. Which, I mean, we saw. What was Seth Rollins' ex-girlfriend's name? Is that Zarya or something like that? Doesn't matter. I never saw her on NXT TV. Apparently, she'd been there like 6 months. I don't know. Apparently, if you're good on NXT, you get put on TV. If you're not, you end up on the dark matches on NXT.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. I mean, you're learning, you know. If you suck, you suck. But if you're just not good enough, you're just not good enough. And to be fair, they seem to have really, really good talent on NXT. Even Drew McIntyre's there now. That's pretty entertaining. Yep. You got Cassius Ohno, who used to be Chris Hero, right? He seems to be fairly charismatic, if not the best wrestler. But NXT, I think, is a really good way to go for some of these guys. The villain, not so much. I think I like him where he's at right now, especially because he and the Young Bucks seem to have a really good rapport. Because if you watch Being the Elite, you know how much fun they have together. And then I'm intrigued now to watch more Ring of Honor to see where they go with him being in the Bullet Club. I immediately want to buy Bullet Club villain merchandise. Maybe not a parasol, but yes, definitely buy something for him.
Hey, you know what? It's sunny out here.
It is sunny out here, yeah, that's true. I mean, I can't pull off the top hat, but a parasol out here might not go amiss. I like the way you think.
Alright, guys. If you haven't subscribed to us already, subscribe to us.
This is what they call a call to action.
Follow us on Twitter at Anavrin316.
When he says us, he means him.
Where's your Twitter?
Homie, don't play that shit. I'm not doing it.
Alright, one day.
Yeah, fuck you guys. You guys can't follow me on shit.
On YouTube, just Anavrin316. And we do have a Facebook page at Anavrin316 Universe. Come check it out.
I'll try.
Fun. Alright, so for tonight, my name is Anavrin.
This is Varek.
Have a good night.
Catch you later, peeps.